Okay, guys, sorry about that. Welcome. So we're gonna get right back in it. So this is the 619 Wrestling Podcast, guys, right here on YouTube. And also, guys, make sure you guys hit that like button. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Turn on all the bell for notifications, guys. Leave comments in the comment section down below on this video. So right now, guys, there is some breaking news according to AEW regarding Cody Rhodes. Cody Rhodes has left AEW. Now, the ramifications of this can be huge, can be astronomical. Okay? Just think about this for a second. Cody Rhodes, Cody Rhodes no longer in AEW. But Cody Rhodes in WWE? Maybe, possibly, right? Okay. Now, I was fantasy booking with my son last night. And so here's what I came up with. Here's what we came up with. So WrestleMania, whatever match AJ Styles is in, right? The end of the match, AJ Styles is walking back up the ramp, microphone in hand. He says, "You know, I realize that in the current landscape of the WWE, if you want to get anywhere, if you want titles, specifically universal titles, you have to be surrounded by a good group of guys, right? A good group of guys, some friends. So I've got friends." Finn Balor's music hits. Finn walks out. They do the too sweet, right? Then AJ says, "Oh yeah, I got one more." Cody's music hits. He walks up to AJ and Finn. They do the too sweet. AJ Styles says, "Ladies and gentlemen, this is the rebirth of the club. We are going to run roughshod over SmackDown. And Roman Reigns and Usos, those titles are in serious jeopardy. Because you don't know who you're dealing with. You're dealing with the club. And we have a reputation." Making reference to, subtly referencing some undertones, but referencing their time with the Bullet Club in New Japan. That would be amazing. I mean, Cody versus Damian Priest for the US title. They recruit Damian Priest for the club. I mean, Just saying. Just saying. Just saying, guys. That there could be some possibilities that could be amazing. That could be amazing here. That could be absolutely awesome, right? That could be incredible scenarios. Cody winning the US title. AJ winning the Universal title. Finn and Damian winning if Damian joined is just a scenario. It's just I'm just spitballing. This is a fantasy booking here, so but Finn and Damian Priest tag champions. I mean, think about that. Or AJ Universal Champion, Cody United States Champion, Finn Intercontinental Champion. There you go. Complete and total domination. That would be absolutely incredibly amazing. So I mean we're gonna just I'm just gonna follow this and we're gonna see where this goes over the next few days, next few weeks, over the next months. I'm gonna see where this goes. But at the same time, this is amazing news because Cody Rhodes to WWE. I mean, think about that. Think about how that would change the landscape of wrestling. That alone, that Cody's move, if Cody were to move from AEW to WWE, that would be a move that would shake the wrestling world to its core, because you have a former EVP of a company that started to compete. They started because they wanted to compete with the WWE. And now you have one of their former EVPs leaving and then maybe going to the competition. That would be humongous. Like I said, the shift in the wrestling world would be astronomical. People would lose their minds if Cody were to show up at WrestleMania, and the pop that he would probably get would be just would be out of this world. It would be absolutely bonkers if Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare, were to walk down a WWE ramp, let alone at WrestleMania. That would be absolutely nuts. That would be insane. So I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna keep my eye on this. I'm gonna watch it, and we're gonna and see where this goes. Don't know where this is gonna go, but we'll see where Cody lands. I mean, you know, sorry guys. um, Knowing Cody though, he's gonna want to go to a big promotion, and if WWE would welcome him back, that would be absolutely incredible. If Cody were to be welcomed back to the WWE. My only concern, I guess, would be that if they didn't go the storyline, the booking route that I suggested, that Cody would just kind of be lost. Cody maybe get lost in the shuffle. But then again, he has so developed his craft, the years in Ring of Honor, the years in New Japan, you know, so he has developed his craft. He's gotten better over the years, and you can see that in the ring. So, we'll, like I said, comment guys, let me know what you guys think. Leave comment in the comment section down below, guys. Let me know. I welcome your guys' comments. But I'm gonna shift gears here, and we're gonna shift gears to WWE. We're gonna talk a little bit about Vengeance Day last night. It was surprisingly good. I will say it was, but again, it seemed like another to me. I don't know how you guys felt, but to me, it seemed like just another episode of NXT, NXT 2.0. It didn't seem to have that. For me, it didn't seem to have that pay-per-view or premium live event esque, like, I don't even know, just that aura about it. It just seemed like another episode of NXT. And he had announcements for matches next week when they air back on USA after the Olympics are all done and over with. So I mean, it just seemed like a special episode of NXT, like how WWE does AEW does the beach break episode, the themed episodes, beach break. They winter is coming. They do those specially themed shows, and it's just a regular show. It's an episode of Dynamite. And that's just kind of what I felt like. This was just an episode of NXT 2.0. And I mean, it kicked off with Pete Dunne already in the ring. That's good. That's a plus. Kicked off with Pete Dunne already in the ring. And Pete Dunne was going against Tony D'Angelo in a weaponized steel cage match. That match was amazing, by the way. That was a really good match. They had a really, 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 really good match. Really good match. Pete Dunne hit the bitter end in the end and won. One clean. Nice. Then we had there was the women's tag titles. Okay. You know, I'm just not invested in the women's division, even in NXT 2.0. I'm just not invested in it. It's the same thing with the women's division in the on Raw and SmackDown. I just don't get invested into the women's division just because of how they book them, how they, you know, I mean, granted they did have a good, 15-ish, minute match. You know, Toxic Attraction, won in the end. They retained. Okay. It just, all the other matches on there were incredible. I can't even remember if Mandy Rose defended her title at Vengeance Day. So I can't even remember if I can't even remember if they even posted, not posted, but if they even said anything about her defending her title. I don't even know. I can't even remember if they said anything about that. So, but it was all right. Like I said, it was to me, it just seemed like another episode of NXT. I mean, like I said, it was good. The Braun Breaker Santos Escobar match, the main event, was really, really good. I will say that was really, really good. And I loved how they made reference that a year ago last night was when Eddie Guerrero won the undisputed I think they said the undisputed WWE championship. And I thought it was really cool how Santos Escobar paid homage to Eddie Guerrero with the Latino World Order colors for Legado del Fantasma on his poncho, or poncho, not poncho, um, um, I forget what they're called, but I thought that was pretty cool. And he had the pants like Eddie. I thought that was pretty cool. He I believe, and he also hit a Eddie Guerrero frog splash. I thought that was pretty cool how he paid homage to Eddie. Braun Breaker ended up winning in the end with, even amongst all the shenanigans from Raul Mendoza and Joaquin Wilde and Elektra Lopez and Dolph Ziggler. So we're going to get Dolph Ziggler versus Tommaso Ciampa next week on NXT 2.0. That's going to be pretty cool. That's going to be a pretty cool dream match. Because if you guys remember from last week, Dolph said that there was one title that he hadn't won yet. That was the NXT Championship, and he was coming for that. Well, Ciampa said, "Well, that's got to go through me, buddy. That's got to go through me, pal." So, so we'll see where this. We'll see where this goes. I mean, it could be interesting. It could be. I think it's going to be great. I'm looking forward to that. I really, really am looking forward to that match. And I'm looking forward to the possibility, the possible matchup between Dolph and Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship. That's going to be a good one. That'll be a good one too. And then we got I didn't really talk about the LA Knight Grayson Waller segment because it just kind of, it was okay. It was fine, it was, the typical, well, he attacked me, so, I got a restraining order. He broke the restraining order, blah, blah, blah. Typical WWE, he needs to be arrested. Da, 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 typical WWE stuff. And just, I'm not really, as much as I really love LA Knight. He's one of my favorite guys. He just feels like a main roster superstar on a developmental show. And, the feud with him and Grayson Waller has not been, has been just bleh. Really, to be honest with you. I mean, it's just, they haven't hyped this thing, hyped the feud at all. It's just been lackluster, but then again, that's how WWE does storylines. So that's how they do feuds. That's how they book feuds. Just kind of make them, and that's what I thought about it. But overall, it was a good pay-per-view. I mean, not a good pay-per-view, but it was a good NXT special. Again, it just felt to me like just an NXT Tuesday night. I felt like I was watching another episode of NXT. It didn't really feel like anything great. It didn't really feel like like another episode of NXT, like a special episode of NXT. It just felt like a special episode of NXT. Like, okay, so I wasn't, aside from a few things, I wasn't too thrilled with it. I wasn't too impressed. But hey guys, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the 619 Wrestling Podcast right here on YouTube, guys. Thanks for watching, guys, and I will catch you guys in the next one.